Hi, this is me, Celsia, from Alpha Business Solutions. This AV will demonstrate the 4 major key services of Kubernetes. CI/CD pipeline, observability and monitoring, secrets management, disaster recovery. Okay, now let's jumpstart the demos. This is our ABS Ops architecture, which consists of 2 clusters. Left side is micro K8's cluster, and the right side is RK cluster. The workloads are running in the micro K8's cluster, whereas RK acts as an observability cluster. To make our demo more realistic, we gonna use our Pledge Android app backend source code. Let me show you the glimpse of Pledge. It has a pre-built list of comprising popular services like Spotify, Amazon Prime, Netflix, YouTube, and more, which can help you to manage and track your subscriptions. CI/CD pipeline. All you need to do is a little push. This is the schematic representation of Tecton's CI/CD pipeline. Here is the Pledge Android app backend source code. Let's check the GET call and its response. I am changing the /error GET call response message. Now pushing to code to the Bitbucket repo. Tecton service is binded to its respective domain name using ingress and configured Let's Encrypt SSL. Here comes the automation. Tecton will be triggered automatically whenever there is a push in the repo. Sequentially one after one, the tasks will be executed automatically in the CI/CD pipeline. Git commit ID is used as build image version tag for uniqueness. This Git commit ID will be updated in the manifest YAML file on the image version tag. Argo CD service is binded to its respective domain name using ingress. Argo CD and Tecton are running in RK cluster. This will deploy the workloads on micro K8's cluster. Hooray! The updated code gets reflected in the /error GET call. Observability and monitoring. Visualizing your Kubernetes workloads on Grafana be like. Here's the schematic representation for observability and monitoring with hybrid approach. Prometheus, Loki, and Linkerd are configured on micro K8's cluster, and Grafana is installed on RK cluster. Scrapping metrics from Prometheus to Grafana. Prometheus service is binded to its respective domain name using ingress in micro K8's cluster. Opening Prometheus in browser and navigate to the status drop-down menu and click on targets to confirm all are in up state. Switching over to RK cluster, Grafana service is binded to its respective domain name using ingress. Opening Grafana in browser, you'll land on the SLO dashboard, showcasing metrics for total cluster level, service level, additional cluster level, node level, API server level, pod deployment level, and HPA level metrics. Now gonna show the custom Grafana dashboard for the Pledge app running in micro K8's cluster. Here, you'll find metrics which is tailored particularly for Pledge app. Adjusting the time range to view historical data. Collecting logs from Loki to Grafana in Arcade cluster. Choose any application from the drop-down to view its logs. These logs are collected from MicroK8's cluster via Loki to Grafana. Fetching live traces on Linkerd for Manum web application. Linkerd is binded to its respective domain name using ingress in MicroK8's cluster. For demo, Manum web app is exposed as service by node port. Showcasing side-by-side window. Navigate to tap menu, select the namespace and the deployment for Manum app. As you can see, Linkerd is fetching the live traces for every action on the web application. This traces includes request details like status code, latency, and more. We're going to manually scale down the Manum application to get the alerts. Replicas scaled down from 2 to 1. Just wait for the alerts. Yes, here comes the alert from Slack. Now manually scale up the replicas to get the resolved status. Yes, it is resolved. For secrets management, HashiCorp Vault is being used. Vault is binded to its respective domain name using ingress. Open browser and log in with token. The secret is stored as KV2 for the PG admin deployment. Here's the login credentials. The Vault secret is also stored in Kubernetes cluster. Let's decode it. Hence, the secrets are same in both Vault and Kubernetes. PG admin service is binded to its respective domain name using ingress. Let's log in to PG admin dashboard with this secret stored inside the Vault. Entering the credentials stored inside the Vault. Fine. Logged in successfully with the secrets configured to Vault. Deleting the secrets in Kubernetes cluster, but it will be created automatically. Hence, we don't need to create secrets inside Kubernetes cluster. This is because of the Vault secrets operator. Disaster recovery. What if Thanos give a snap? This is the schematic representation of Valero backing up the namespace to S3 bucket. PG admin deployment is running fine in the cluster. Let's log in. As you can see, Valero backup location is configured to AWS S3 bucket. Now let's back up the PG admin namespace using Valero. Backup completed successfully. Manually take down all the resources inside the namespace. Now the PG admin deployment is inaccessible. Let's bring life back to the PG admin deployment with Valero Restore. Restore completed successfully. Hooray! We got our PG admin dashboard back to life. Here's our all resources are up and running. On top of Valero, we are using Cloud Casa. We had configured Cloud Casa in our cluster. The backup we did on our cluster is showing here. Same as for the restore. To backup PV-PVC Longhorn is being used. This is the schematic representation of Longhorn backup. Longhorn service is binded to its representative domain name using ingress in RK cluster. Navigate to backup. The PV-PVC data are uploaded to S3 bucket. Here the Grafana is running smoothly and its data are stored inside the PV-PVC. Let's manually take down the Grafana deployment. Deleting the Grafana PVC. Also deleting the PV released from Grafana. Now the Grafana is inaccessible. Let's bring back life to Grafana with its PV-PVC data too. From the Longhorn dashboard volume menu, simply click Create PV-PVC. Boom! We got our PV-PVC bounded within a second. All we need to do is to deploy the Grafana. Yes! Like Boomerang, we got our Grafana dashboard with all of its data.